Welcome back. This is Rito here with another Terraria Calamity Let's Play episode. We are playing as Silas the Summoner, and we are playing on Death Mode using the Calamity mod. Last episode we defeated the Poltergeist, and this episode we've got the Devourer of Gods coming up. It's going to be a pretty tricky fight. I took quite a long break. I didn't know I was going to be taking a break, but there were some things in my life that just made it pretty difficult to film. But now that I'm back, it's going to be a little bit tricky, I think, fighting the Devourer of Gods, because that's one of the bosses that I've always struggled the most with in Death Mode, and so it's going to be kind of tricky to fight him while I'm rusty. But that's what we're going to do today. We've got pretty much all the gear we need for it. There are a couple things that I wanted to get before we did it, though, because there's another summoner item. I think it's from the Abyss, and it's for the tier that we're on right now, so we might as well go get that, and maybe it'll come in handy. This is actually a voiceover that I'm doing after the fact, because the mic that I used for this episode was not getting good audio quality. So for the majority of the episode, I'm just going to let it play what I filmed, just because it's more capturing what happened in the moment. But the mic that I'm going to be using from here on out is going to be this one that I just ordered from Amazon, and I think it's got a much better voice quality than the one that I used obviously for this filming, and maybe even better than the one I used to use for previous episodes. So hopefully you guys can understand the video. I tried a bunch of different things in post-production to make the audio a little bit more clear, even though the mic wasn't working properly. So here we go with the episode. I hope y'all enjoy. I'll maybe cut in here and there with this mic just to clear up some areas that have lower audio quality.
Okay, we're in a nice open area. I think they haven't updated it. Terminus should be right below us. Oh, we got a Calamari Lament. That's the summon that we're looking for. So I forget if I do more damage if I have the summon that I'm using on, or if I switch to this guide Lite over again. Because this is a sentry. I don't know if it reduces how much damage I'm doing. I'm gonna loot, and I'm gonna get out of here. Whoa, this has some good damage. The only thing is I don't know if this will home in on the boss well enough. So we'll put all that away, don't need that. And now it's time to craft the Cosmic Worm. So it's just a combination of the 3 items we got from the Sentinels. So the Armored Shell, the Twisting Nether, and the Dark Plasma. This is on Death Mode, so it might be pretty tricky for me. I actually don't know. They've made a few changes, and I wasn't really that good at this boss from the get-go, so hopefully we'll be able to figure this out. I'm already feeling a little bit unsure of myself. I think the head doesn't do an instant kill now. I think it's nearly instant. Like it does so much damage that it might as well be. Uh-oh. Shooting lasers. I totally forgot. Had adrenaline or rage or something. These lasers are different. I need to get used to them. Oh my goodness. Yikes. Okay, we got adrenaline. Go ahead and activate that. Oh. It's scary. This is just phase 1. Okay, I need to zoom out. I'm losing sight of the boss. Because what we want to do is kind of follow under the boss so that we can maintain a lot of damage. And like right there, that would have been a perfect time to do some adrenaline. For the heal, that was not that good. There we go. I'm gonna kill those guardians. Or the sentinels, or whatever they're called. Uh-oh. Forgot it fell really fast when you use that Discord. Okay, now we have Ceaseless Void. It's gonna be kind of slow with Summoner. Oh, that's really a cool effect right there. I think you only have to fight these guys the first time you attempt this boss. At least that's what it was back a while ago. And they're so much easier when you have a big arena like this. I'm gonna say that as I'm making hits. Okay, so it's doing that absorption phase. I think this is all just about dodging. I don't think I can do any damage. Okay, here we go. Stormweaver. Oh, it already switched. Okay, this one is going to go super fast because this weapon is really good. Uh-oh. I am really close to dying here. Gotta be very careful. You know, I'll use Rage just to make sure we get through this phase. Here. Heal, heal, heal. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the final boss phase and I have like no health. Be on cooldown. Not good. Okay, here we go. Now we've got the final form, but arguably the only part of this fight that is really hard. Oh no, I didn't realize it would instantly go after me. Yikes. That was unnecessary. So we got Rage. Go ahead and use that right now. So I know I can do it, but I think I'm actually just going to turn death mode off. So it's not active, and we've got Revengeance mode on now. Just for this boss, because I've never really enjoyed the Devourer of God on death mode. And so I think I just want to get more used to playing instead of, because I can tell I'm going to be fighting this boss a long time. Even on Revengeance mode, I'll probably need to be doing this for a while. If I didn't take a big break, I probably would be good enough to carry on with this fight without having any issue. Or, you know, maybe dying 10 or 20 times. But I'm like, I'm probably going to die way more than that if I don't do something about it. And I gotta keep some momentum, because I'm finally filming, and I want to be able to finish this series. I actually do have plans for a future series. I want to do Melee Calamity Death Mode, and I want to do it with like the 1.4 content and everything. I think that'd be a ton of fun, so I'm kind of excited to maybe try a new project. I don't know if it's going to be like directly after I finish this series. At this point, definitely not going to make any promises on anything, because I never know. Oh, that's close. I never know really how I'm going to be feeling. I mentioned it in kind of another video during the Tanya series after I'd taken a long break. There were some pretty rough things that had occurred last year, and still trying to deal with those. And so that's why I'm really not filming. It's not because I'm burnt out of YouTube or Terraria. It's been a lot of things that have been outside of my control, and definitely outside of all of your guys' control. So, yeah, I'm just trying to, get through everything. And I was actually feeling a bit motivated to play Terraria today because, I don't know, this is way different. I've never seen this grid pattern thing before. Okay, well, we're doing all right here. Forget what the pink and blue stuff means. Okay, I think I need to use, like, summon, like a mount for that phase. I can use some rage. Okay, this is much better. Okay, I'll use Discord. Okay, when he goes to that portal thing, it looks like he explodes and shoots off projectiles or something. Oh, I accidentally used my Discord. Definitely didn't need to be doing that. I'm gonna need that for the next phase. Yikes. Ran right into him there. But still doing alright. No! You see, if it was death mode, I would have been done long before that, but certainly right there. There we go. My revengeance clear, and I'll be putting death mode back on. You see it's active again. Sorry about that, I really just did not want to reacquaint myself with Terraria on a boss fight that I always find really tricky on death mode. So this is the mount that I should have used, I think, when that grid appeared. I should have quickly jumped on this and gotten in between the lasers so I could avoid them and then keep going. I think that's the way to probably handle that. So let's go ahead and see what we have in the treasure bag and maybe craft a few things. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. So we got the Senex gear and polyblanks. I'll just go ahead and toss all that. I know it's cool, but it'll probably just take up space in my storage. So the AlchemistNPC mod. This is the operator NPC, and she sells all sorts of stuff. The most important is the modded treasure bags. And I'm just going to go ahead and buy 4 of them. I can buy 5 if I need, but it is so nice to get a ton of Cosmolite, and it saves so much time. We got a whole bunch of gear too. Maybe some of this might be a summoner. We've got the full sword that we can throw. We got the Deathwind bow. We have this rogue weapon. It doesn't. Ooh, it does look like we have summon. I was about to say we didn't get one. Oh, and we have a nebulous core that's menacing. That's really good. Okay, so it looks like in order to craft pretty much anything with Cosmolite, we need to have these Ascended Spirit Essence, which we can get from, I think, the Pumpkin Moon, Frost Moon, and the Solar Eclipse. I seem to remember back in the day you needed to defeat Yarn Phase 1 to get the Dark Sun, but I think that might have changed. Well, it looks like we can do another health upgrade as well. Okay, so for now, I think let's just do a Pumpkin Moon, and we've got a Zerg Potion. I'll put a Zerg Potion on. Get these guys moving pretty quickly here. I think I might actually get rid of this and swap over to the Mech Worm and some of these just to kind of get things moving. I think lasers, it's good for the bosses, but probably not the best for this invasion. I'd done a whole bunch of research back when I was doing this series. I was doing almost daily uploads. I really put a bunch of effort into learning how to do Summoner, but now I am pretty much back to ground zero. Like, went out to do some research on the wiki. They've got nice class guides and stuff to show some of the optimal gear. But usually you can pretty much just look with Recipe Browser and figure out some good options. Oh, it looks like we made it through the night, and we got what is that? 85 nightmare fuel. That'll work. And we can switch it to night again, and let's use Naughty Present. I like using Zerg instead of the Ultimate Battler because it keeps things moving, but you can see it's already lagging. And I can't even imagine how much lag we'd have if we were using the Ultimate Battler from Luiafk. Oh, we got the first Ice Queen. And we're doing pretty good damage here. I actually don't know which weapons we should really be using. I'm just kind of using a mix of the squid and the neckworm and all that. Oh no, look at all these enemies on our base. For the lag. Grab that loot magnet. Loot magnet is one of the nicest items. Absolutely such a time saver. So we've got 142 energy. I think it's time to switch it to day. So now let's go ahead and start the solar eclipse. Do the same thing here, and let's just hope we see some dark sun fragments. Okay, good. I think it made some big changes in the end game, like the Draedon boss, of course. In fact, I think I need to do a bunch of research on that because I believe I need to kind of let the game go AFK for a while and accumulate a bunch of the Draedon resources with the lab gear and stuff, so I can craft the things required to summon it. I think I also have to go find Draedon labs and grab things from those as well. So I'll look into that and see when we have to fight that boss because I believe it's somewhere around the RN tier. And now that we've defeated Devourer of Gods, we can also fight the old Duke. I like to do that afterwards because he's a bit tricky, one of the more tricky bosses in my opinion. And I don't think there's too many good upgrades. I could be wrong about that, but there we go, tons of Dark Sun fragments. As long as I have somewhere around the amount of nightmare fuel that I have, we should be good. Okay, so maybe like 30 more. Okay, it's time for day, or I guess night, and then I can switch it back to day. Perfect. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, so much stuff. I don't think we need any of this. I'm gonna auto-trash a lot of these random items.
So now that we've defeated the Devourer of Gods, it looks like we can upgrade pretty much every accessory except for the Affliction and the Phantasmic artifact. And so that's pretty cool, but we're going to need to craft a few new items because they've updated this part of the game's crafting since we last played Calamity. And there's a new essence that we can craft from the different events that we just completed. And then we also need to craft a new forge. I think it's like a cosmic anvil. It's pretty cool. It replaces the Draedon's forge that we used to craft at this point in the game, but it's essentially quite similar.
So immediately, you can see we can craft the sponge. That's an amazing upgrade. It is such a good defense and utility accessory. I want to make sure I get the Aegis shield. That's the combination of the two really good shields, like the Asgard's Valor and the Elysian Aegis. And the Asgard's Valor is the Ankh shield upgrade. Really cool. Oh, I just realized we need to get the Elysian wings in order to upgrade our tracers. So we'll probably have to get that a little bit later on.
So next we can craft the Nucleogenesis. It's like the ultimate summoner accessory. So it's going to be a combination of our two most powerful summoner accessories, and that's going to be great. It frees up another accessory slot and gives us a lot of good bonuses. And for our last accessory, I think let's go ahead and craft the Core of the Blood God because that one should be pretty useful. I definitely need to get a couple items together so that we can craft some of the last accessories like the Deific Amulet and a few others next episode. But I think for now, I'm going to need to farm up a few more items before we can do any of that. And there's also quite a few weapons that we can craft. There's 3 or 4, I think, at least. And so I'll be farming up a few of those items as well, probably between episodes or at the beginning of next episode, because we definitely need some good upgrades before we attempt the next bosses. So for the next bosses, we've got the Acid Rain and the Old Duke, and then Yaren. And so we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We also have the Exomechs, which I've never fought before, but I've heard they're very difficult. And I think I also need to prep some gear so that we can even summon them. There's something to do with the Draedon's labs and all that. I need to look into that a little bit more and get that ready. But we've got a lot of amazing things coming up in this series. We're at the end, which is when the boss fights get the most difficult and also the most rewarding with the loot. So definitely tune in for the next episodes. I'll be using the mic that I'm speaking on right now and not the one that was all muffled before. So the audio quality will be back to normal in future episodes. I'm going to try to post a bit more frequently here, at least until finishing this series. And then we'll have to figure out what's the next steps after that. I definitely want to do like a melee series like I'd mentioned previously, but I don't know when I'm going to go ahead and start that. But thank you all for tuning in today and returning to the channel even after such a long break. It definitely means a lot. Well, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.